Bello, etc. Do you confirm that?
Yes, Your Honor.
After you received the complaints, what did you do?
First, when I received the first complaints, I evaluated it, and I thought that, again, I said that yesterday, I would refer the complaints to the AMLC in light of my impression that some of the charges were within the jurisdiction of the AMLC.
When you refer the matter for assistance from the AMLC, did you do this in writing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of that?
Yes, I have.
May I see it, please?
Witness showing. Sabi mo.
For the record, the Madam Ombudsman has given me a letter dated 21 February 2012 under the letterhead of the Ombudsman, apparently duly signed by the Ombudsman herself, addressed to Amando M. Titanco Jr., Chairman, Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Let me explain that. That was the first letter I sent to the AMLC.
May we request that this be marked as, Madam, you have a certified true copy.
May we be allowed to see the document being referred to, Your Honor, before
Granted.
any further...
It's already certified.
Sorry.
Show it to the
Before
defense
any
counsel.
question is further propounded to the witness, Your Honor. Tinanong ko siya, wala ka kahapon, oral lang eh. Ha?
May we request that this certified true copy of the said February 21, 2012 letter be marked as Exhibit 11Z.
Mark it accordingly.
Aside from this letter to the AMLC, you mentioned that you wrote a second letter, Madam
Yes,
Ombudsman.
that's right, Your Honor.
On
I
what
wrote
date?
a letter on February 24, 2012.
Do you have a copy of that, certified
Yes, I
true
have.
copy?
February 24. Yes.
Witness has handed to counsel a letter dated February 24, 2012, likewise under the letterhead of the Office of the Ombudsman, signed by the Ombudsman, addressed to Amando M. Titanco Jr., Chairman, Anti-Money Laundering Council. And there's a stamped certified true copy of the original on file. May we ask that this letter be marked as 12A.
Mark it accordingly.
Winston, can you show a copy to them? Madam Ombudsman, may I ask, why did you write these letters to the AMLC?
Well, first, under Section 26 of the Ombudsman Act, I am authorized to seek the assistance of other government agencies. Secondly, the Chief Justice himself authorized the Ombudsman in his SALN to determine from other government agencies any assets, any properties, liabilities, net worth, or business interest from the time he joined the government up to the present. And so that was the clincher. I thought I should write a letter to the AMLAC in order to seek help for any assistance or for any documents that have a bearing on the charges against the Chief Justice.
What information did you expect to obtain from the AMLAC? Why the AMLAC?
Well, because if you read the complaint, there were some slanting about violation of anti-money laundering law.
Yes.
And in light of the fact that there was also a charge on unexplained wealth, I thought that I probably could gather from the AMLAC certain bank transactions. You see, well, I'm sorry, I will not add to that.
As a former Justice of the Supreme Court and the present Ombudsman of the Republic of the Philippines, I presume that you're fairly familiar with the law on AMLAC.
Well, what particular aspect of the law are you asking me to be familiar with?
Could you tell us what is the basic responsibility or function of the
Banks are
AMLAC?
supposed to report to the AMLAC any transactions more than 500,000. In other words, 500,000 plus
Pesos.
pesos, right?
Pesos.
Yes, which is called a covered transaction.
Yes.
Now, the banks are obligated to inform the AMLAC about these covered transactions, 500 plus thousand pesos.
Aside from covered transactions of 500,000 pesos and more, are there any other transactions under the AMLA law which the banks are required to forward or send to the
Well,
AMLAC?
suspicious transactions.
What are suspicious transactions, Madam?
Well, let me read it from the
Yes, please.
from the law. Suspicious transactions are transactions covered or with covered institutions regardless of the amounts involved where any of the following circumstances exist. No underlying legal or trade obligation. The client is not properly identified. The amount involved is not commensurate with the business or financial capacity of the client, etc., among other things. Any circumstance relating to the transaction which is observed to deviate from the profile of the client and or the client's past transactions with the covered bank, among others, inter alia.
So under the law, the covered banks are required
Covered
to
transactions,
cover transactions and suspicious transactions to the AMLAC.
yes.
So the data and the information pertaining to the accounts come from the banks but are forwarded to the AMLAC.
That is supposed to be the case.
And what would these information include? Would you know?
I said the suspicious transactions.
No. Account number, the name.
Yes, that's right. The date of the transactions, the nature of the transactions.
After you wrote the AMLAC these two letters, was there any response to your letters by the AMLAC?
Yes, there was.
What was it, Madam?
They forwarded to me this 17-page document as well as the 4-page summary of the transactions.
I mentioned this yesterday. May I ask it again? There was an initial on each page
Yes.
of the report of the
Yes.
AMLAC. Do you recall or would you know whose initial that
The
is?
one who was in charge of bank analysis, bank records analysis.
Would you know who are the members of the AMLAC Council?
Well, that is provided for by law, Your Honor. It's very
I'm
specific.
asking the specific identification.
Well, but that is not the question. May the question be clarified,
Who
Your
are the
Honor.
present?
Yes, who are the present
Record the question.
council members?
I think the chair is Chairman Tatanco, the governor of the central bank, and
Objection has been
members.
sustained, Your Honor, and the witness continues to answer.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
I already reformed the question. What are the names of the present members of AMLAC?
All right.
No, I know. I heard, hindi ko alam. It's the chair is the central bank governor, and the members are the Securities and Exchange Commission Chair, Tessie Arbosa, and the Insurance Commissioner.
Thank you very much, madam. May I ask counsel to stop saying things while the witness is testifying? Who is
I was not
coaching the
coaching.
witness?
What's the problem?
Anyway,
We were hearing that, Your Honor, but we do not want to pester the witness on this stand with whatever suspicion we may have. We just kept quiet, but we had been hearing, Your Honor, dictation
I cannot
from
be
somewhere.
expected to remember everything that is
That's
here.
not the point, Madam Ombudsman. The question is whether there were really apparent coaching, Your Honor. And we did not bring that into the
They were
open,
not
Your
coaching
Honor.
me.
Anyway.
He was just reminding me.
Well, anyway.
So you're not being coached, you're only being reminded.
Yes, because as I said, I cannot be expected to remember everything given the documents, the volume of paperwork.
Madam
that I
Ombudsman,
wrote.
Anyway, these are public officials.
Yes.
They could come under the official notice of this court. So,
Yes.
yes, Your Honor, please.
is there any doubt about the identities of these people?
No, Your Honor. In fact, we even made the suggestion that the law specifically named them.
Correct, but
Does the law mention the name of Saite Tango?
But that's not necessary for our purposes, Your Honor, because
It is.
it is not an issue.
wait a minute.
It's not
The
an issue.
law states the position.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, but I think the counsel, the gentleman from the prosecution, is asking
The
the
name.
identities of the present persons composing the Money Laundering Commission. And that's a proper question. It does not handle your case. It's a question of who are the members of the Money Laundering Commission.
The present members, Your Honor, by names.
Yes.
All right.
We
have no
Ombudsman may answer the question if she knows them.
Already answered, Your Honor, but I can repeat it.
It's already answered.
The chairman is the governor of the central bank, and the members are the Securities and Exchange Commission chair, Teresita Herbosa, or Teresa, and the insurance commissioner.
All right. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. So, under the AMLA, banks are mandated to forward data and information regarding covered and suspicious transactions to the AMLAC.
Admitted, Your Honor.
That is by law.
By law.
It's a preliminary question, Your Honor.
All right.